Hello everybody and welcome to this very first episode of Bodyfulness, where we are going to be talking about everything body, how to use your body as an instrument to help you reach your goals and live a better life. So today we're going to begin by talking about, let me just check here real quick before I said the wrong thing. We are going to talk about transforming your mind, and how it's important to transform your mind as if you want to reach your goals, and it's important to transform your mind if you want to be a better person, and it's important to transform your mind if you just want to have a better life in general. And before we get started, I'd like to read to you a quote that I just read, and it says, "The body achieves what the mind believes." So what do you think about that? Well, myself, I think that is totally wrong, and that's one of the main issues that we have when it comes to mind-body business, because we are not mind and body. Mind-body is the same stuff. When we say the body achieves what the mind believes, that implies that there are two different things. That there are two different things, and somehow, in some magical way, they connect when one does one thing or the other. But that's not true. And we don't have to get studies or research to understand that it's not two things, but one thing. One thing that it has been one of the main problems for us, the belief that mind and body are two different things, and we act as if we are different parts instead of acting as if we are just one thing. And since we are just one thing, then whenever you do something with your body, it affects the mind. Whenever you do something with the mind, it affects the body, because again, it's one thing. For instance, let me just give you a little example. I was saying, as it affects your mind, it affects your body, and if it affects the body, it affects the mind. And I was doing this as I was talking to you about it. Now, this is my mental representation of the connection. If I were to talk to you about that connection and go like this, it will feel awkward, and it will feel like there's actually no connection. So that tells you that there is a connection between the different parts. Therefore, the way you move your body affects the way you feel. It affects the way you go about your life. It affects the way you perceive life. Your perception comes from the way you see life, is what you think life is. It's not what life is, but it's your opinion of what life is. And that opinion comes from not just from your thoughts in your head, like you think, but also the way you move your body. Because ever since we're little, we learn to store information in our muscles. We learn to let me give you an example. Let's say if you have kids and you yell at your 5-year-old, for instance, what does he do, or what does she do? Probably they tense up. And then you do it again, they tense up again. So every time they tense up like that, they store the information that when I'm being scolded, that emotion stores in my traps, or in my shoulders, or in my upper back. So whenever a similar situation happens, and you go like this, even if you're not thinking about it, just the fact that you do this, it calls upon that moment. It calls upon not just the moment, but the emotion that you felt. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So therefore, we store those emotions and those thoughts and those feelings in different parts of our body. And as we grow, as we continue with our lives, then whenever we do certain movements, certain motion, a certain movement with our body, then that causes our body to feel certain things. Let me give you another example. Whenever you are, let's say you're competing on something and you win. I'm sure you've seen the video where the lady said, when you cross the line, it's a universal gesture to go like this, to say, yes, you know, we won. That reminds me of Kobe or Jordan when they won in the NBA, the championship. They went, yes, yes. So that is universal. That gesture is universal. That means winning. That means triumph. That means I feel great. That means all of that. So it's almost impossible for you to feel the same way if you say, yes, 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 with your hands down or looking down. Yes, I won, yes. It doesn't happen. It doesn't have the same feeling. It doesn't have the same emotion. It doesn't have the same passion, the same energy, the same power. It doesn't have that same thing because there is a connection. Again. So your muscles store those emotions. They store that energy. They store that feeling. So whenever you move your body in a certain way, the way you move the body is giving you certain cues about what's happening in you emotionally. So then what do we do with this? One of the things we can do is, as they cutting the grass out there, one of the things we can do that is good for us, that we can use to help us in our life, is to pay attention. So attention is one of the most important things when it comes to bodyfulness. Because and please understand that I'm saying attention and I'm not saying focus. In this, there has been a lot of talk about focus, so I'm gonna just talk about focus and attention, and then I'm gonna come back to bodyfulness. So focus is a laser beam, attention is a light bulb. What's the difference between both is that is the same. The laser beam is just concentrated and the light bulb is just open. They're the same thing. One is concentrated and the other one is not. You want to pay attention instead of being focused. Why? Because as you pay attention to your body, you're not just, for instance, if I bump my toe, my focus is gonna be on my toe and nothing else in the body. Whereas if you bump your toe and just bring your attention to your toe, then you're still aware of what's happening on the rest of your body instead of just your toe. So in bodyfulness, as I practice it, I'm not just gonna focus on one part of my body, but I'm gonna pay attention to that part of my body again, because I'm gonna be a light bulb. As I see that part of the body, I'm also seeing subconsciously or other than consciously what my body is doing and what the different parts, my arms or my head or my shoulders or my legs are doing as I pay attention to that one part. So I'm going to be preaching that. I'm going to be preaching attention, not focus. And that's the same thing that we are going to talk about here. We can apply that same thing in life outside. How? Well, like I just said, for instance, if you are focusing on your goal, you're just not paying attention to what else is happening outside that can actually help you reach your goal maybe faster or in a better way, because you're so your attention is just on one thing. That one thing is what's going to help me, and I have to bring my focus, and I have to stay focused because that's what we're being taught. And there are a million videos and a million articles that talk about how to stay focused. And I say, no, don't stay focused. You don't want to stay focused. You want to learn to pay attention, because as you pay attention, you know, you're still seeing where you're going, and you're very aware of what else is happening around you. So now, how can we use that when it comes to our body? Again, when it comes to our body, we just bring attention to different parts of the body and see how the body is functioning. What is the body telling us? You know, let me just check my pointers here. There's this quote that says, "The human body and mind are tremendous forces that are continually amazing scientists and society. Therefore, we have no choice but to keep an open mind as to what the human being can achieve." Yeah, I agree. The human being can achieve a lot of things if and only if we take the time to step back and to understand what it is that we do and how we function and how we go, how we do things, how we really do things, instead of just bringing our attention to outside. Just in other words, just following what others say. You know, I'm here giving you a different perspective on your life and your body. Not for you to just do what I'm telling you to do, but just for you to have another perspective, you know, to see things from a different viewpoint, where you can say, maybe the whole mindfulness thing doesn't work for me, and maybe if I practice bodyfulness, that can really work. And the reason I thought about bodyfulness is because, like, for me, when I was on third grade, for instance, I remember the teacher, Miss Orshin, she called my mom and she told my mom that I never stay put, you know, I can't stay still, and that I always have an answer for everything. And I said, well, you know, isn't that what you come to school for, to have an answer? And of course, my mom, being the Caribbean lady that she is, with a hot-blooded Caribbean lady, but that I couldn't stay still. I couldn't just stay put and learn like that. In every class, all throughout my life, ever since I was in elementary school, kindergarten, elementary school, junior high, high school, college, I always sat in the back of the class. The reason I sat in the back of the class is because I needed to stand, you know, because I learn better when I'm moving. I'm very kinesthetic. Okay, I learn better and I do things better when I'm moving, not when I'm sitting still. So anyhow, this is a short one today because it's the first one, and I'd like us to leave it up to here. We're gonna continue to allow us to become lions. Remember to be bodyful, and I'm gonna see you on the next episode of Bodyfulness. Have a great day. Thank you.